Alright. We also got to cut out that bolt on both sides. I wonder if I can just cut it and smack it. For now. I guess for now I could put one of these on. We can put one in just because. I guess there's no other way. Put it on there. I didn't bring enough staples. Yeah. Nice and solid. We have both of these other sides made, but we need to access these bolts because they don't tighten up. And I should cut it and put in a new bolt right here. I'm thinking the best way to cut that probably would be I'm just thinking right now, if I drill a hole, no, that would. Well, there's. I got screws in this one. To try to bolt it down. I have to cut that vent and flip it onto this side. Because we're moving the vent out of the doorway. Let me undo these screws here. Brought the impact. That was an attempt at holding it down enough to extract the bolt. That's how much that's moved over time. You might just be able to cut the top off and knock it down, then throw the new one in. It's actually coming undone. Let's try that with this. Oh, seems as though we have try to hold that with your flesh is not a good idea. All right. Whoa. Now, is that going through? Nice. Now that should be able to tighten up easier. same way I did it every time. This way. It's doing the same fucking thing. Threads get matched up on the way in there. Everything's just stripped. There's like no wood to. Oh my god. And that even broke. Let's try tightening it. Okay. It seems as though that one screw is holding it enough, but it's not going to spin. I guess until we get it in, oh, almost dropped it. Perfect. Except the nut is still stuck on the bolt. beautiful. That worked out. I like it. Now that bolt's nice and tight. Should be no squeaks in the floor at that point. I can close all this off now. Nice, nice. We just got that one to do. And we're good to go. You know, I'm not even going to bother putting these back. Because I literally have an insert for this. And it should work pretty good. This one goes there. Just do a little vacuum out. That should just drop in. Look at that. It's like we knew what we were doing. Or just a touch. We might just need a little love tap here. To be honest, probably just need to trim a tiny blade of material off that. Could probably push it tight back. Look at how nicely that fits, actually. need that there no more. This one's going to be fun. But I think I might be able to cut it with the grinder. Because I have a big hole on that side. Let's just move. What is that even to be? Let's just double check. Yeah. It just spins. Now I can try that screw trick. I'll just get a different screw. Bring it back enough to be able to drive a screw that will probably pin it against the joist. Still spins. We can actually see the bolt right there. Let's see if we put a second screw coming in from the other side. can. Just spins. Battery's dead. Fuck. And the socket fell. So right now, we're trying to extract that bolt and throw in a new one. And the bolt is right in that area. So close. But yet so far. Let's get a little more of an angle on this. Let's see what we got in the comments here. We got TikTok sick. Get it done. Why steam in vertical? What? Stream in vertical. Oh, because I'm using a phone. That's why. Lawn. Laveria says hi. Hi, everyone. Hi. The thing is, the socket fell under the fucking house here. Straight down. I wonder if I can get it put back on the end of this, but oh my god, look at that. Got her done. Let's get this out now. Oh shit. I did it once before. I'm sure I can do it again. I think I can get a pair of pliers on it, and then I should be able to push it out, or at least unscrew it and then tap it out back this way. I tried spray foam glue, it didn't work. Tried a bunch of stuff. should be able to grab it and then there. That was fun. That one's off now. I'm just gonna extract these couple screws and put in. And we just tippy tap it in. Tippy tap it up, I mean. Yeah, that thing's rusted. Look at that. You can see though, the screws really like gouged it. Look at all those. You can't see anything in here. Let me turn the light on. Look at the way the screw has just gouged. Those two screws that were crisscrossing. So it does work, it just depends on how messed up the screw is. So, right now we'll throw in the new one. I want you don't step on that, Jack. That bolts out. Now we should be able to put in the new one. Next, I think what we'll do for our next trick, we'll move this vent. Oh, that went in smoothly. What we're trying to do is put the floor in here so we can run this wall that's going to come, this plumbing wall. And then we can throw the toilet in. Oh, now it's too long. We're going to have to cut that bolt anyways. Underneath. Oh. Yeah. Everything becomes a challenge. The guard's stopping me. So we're gonna have to take the guard off. Stopping me from reaching the bolt. Well, the beauty of flex tools, besides being the most awesome tools around, is how easy it is to do stuff with them. That took me no time. Yeah, of course this is dangerous. I'm sure a lot of people are thinking, oh, well, watch out. Yeah, I know. Trained professional. I feel like sometimes safety glasses are more dangerous than having them because my eyes get fogged up, or glasses fog up when I use them. There. That ain't gonna squeak because that thing's sunk into the floor. Alright, we got the bolts changed. That's good. That's one less headache to have to deal with. I can actually close this thing up. It's crazy that I can see outside underneath this floor here. So I can throw the panels in. We're going to have to cut this back too. This flooring. And then what else can I do here? Throw this panel. I'll just throw the panel. That's what we're gonna do. Yeah, it turned out flush. Nice. Nice. Alright, we got another panel cut. Man. Every time I stand up, I almost smash my head on something. Pre-made these. They should just drop in all nicely. All nice like. Looks like this one goes this way. Oh, almost knocked my hand off that thing. There's a piece of spray foam though holding this up. That's to replace the holes in the floor with something solid now. cat's gonna be mad. They've been loving this access. They've been... Every time I open the floor, Henny cat's like up and down, in and out of the floor. Henny cat, Henny cat, 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 Henny cat, Henny cat, Henny cat, Henny cat, cat, cat. Why is it I see my pit bull, who's supposed to be in his bed, but for whatever reason has decided that he doesn't want to be in his bed anymore? It's because I don't want him in and around all this where we're working. Alright, let's unveil the panels in a second here. Got another one to put in. There's one more. At least there's less chance of animals falling through. Check this out. This is how we've got lots of issues with water and stuff here. Like you can see the water's dripping in here because this door is done wrong. And if we have a look at how everything is, look at that threshold, just water dripping. That's why we're having headaches here. Now I'm trying not to like slip on shit. It's like, check this out. Look at this. You can see right outside there. That's where all that light's coming from. Yeah. But that's the whole point. Somebody fell through the floor here because the plywood was so rotten. They thought it was a good idea to step on the rotten plywood and think that that's, oh look at that, that fits in almost perfectly. Look at that. So then we take it, the stapler, and try and do this one hand is not exactly easy. So get the gun up in there. And we're gonna need a reload, one-handed reload. Oh boy. This is gonna be... I can't hold the phone. At the same time as I do this, ladies and gentlemen, just can't do it. 'Cause we also got this one to put in. Now that the hot water tank's all running perfectly. The water is dripping inside from the outside because we still got to fix this wall. But for now, we've basically got to put this one in next. So I'm just going to throw the phone back on the stand here. We'll move everything over to this side. Because at least now we don't have to worry about what do you call it? We don't have to worry about I don't even know what I was going to say anymore. Oh, we don't have to worry about not having a place to put our tools because we have a couple sheets down now. We're not just floating on open joists. So. Perfect. That fits so nicely now. So now we got our insulation stops in. We gotta insulate these, but I'm thinking to myself, because I want to pull up this piece, and I want to cut back the wall, but like realistically, we need to be underneath that thing until a later date, because we gotta take out all the drywall, cut this. Like everything's just soft. Look at it's constantly getting soaked, so it needs to be fixed. But I don't know if they want to do it, right? Like they didn't expect all this stuff so far. So, anyways, so there's our insulation stop. Let's this one may be a little bit trickier though. I think. I'm going to put this guy in here. And it was already a tight fit. So let's just see. I shaved off a bunch of material so that it can fit. Let's see if we got if it's not as difficult as. Whoa. Okay, it's not that. Can't see it though that way. I could actually staple. Let's knock it through again. I got a little piece of wood there. I could actually staple to. Put a piece across here just to keep it from falling through, or I could just take a measurement up, and it needs to be at that mark. Tape measure. Tape measure, where are tape measure. There you are. We got tape measure. Tape measure. So if we come up 2 inches, we should be, I'm going to use this as my kneeling platform. And if we just hook and come up 2 inches, then I will know exactly how low it must go. So to get this one in, the back side's this size. I have to actually shave the sides. I don't know if you can see right there. The sides are shaved because these 2 joists, for whatever reason, taper in that area. So we'll put this in here. Probably wondering, well, how's he going to get it up? I have many tricks, but right now, the one trick I'm going to utilize is the hammer. If the hammer doesn't work, I'll just throw a screw in the side of it. And we'll pull up on the screw, but I don't think we're gonna need the screw. Oh my god, this fucking knee pads are hooked on everything. But for now, let's just get it. I wonder which mark is wrong. Because those marks line up over there. We've got 3 and almost a half. Yeah. I must have made a mistake on that line. Back end I don't really have to worry too much about because we've got a little bit of material left over here that it can only go down so far anyways. Alright, that's all in place now. All we need to do is throw some insulation in there and then throw this sheet down. We might have to cut some of these baffles to hold this side down slightly, or I can just throw in a piece of, I might just do that. Now that I think about it, it's under the tub. Might just throw in a piece of regular 12 R12. So I think R12. I put these baffles in because I put more insulation on these sides, but this is right under the tub. And realistically, since our plan has changed also, they just want us to finish this side. Yeah. I think let's just put R12 there. Throw the sheet down. Done. The reason why we got those baffles on that side, that's just to hold the insulation down so we get the airspace between the joists. That is the whole point of that. So I just need my knife. Need to cut it? I think I do. What size was this? Did I write it on there? I might have to trim it slightly. Yeah, it's 12. So what I usually do is I'll put it nice on one side, and if it's sitting up on the other joist, right? Like it is. See how it's sitting over there? I'll just put my knife on the center of that joist. And see how it basically cuts it perfect size. And now when you go to put it in, it's nice. if we want to give this a real good seal, I'll just put spray foam around the edges. Nice, nice. Now, last thing before we put the sheet in, I got to put some roundol around that drain pipe, and we should be able to slap this guy down. Slappity slap! Don't come back. So, now, let's get this roundol around this tub drain, just so it holds it. In the position we need. There. Now that will stay there and we have room to move it back and forth. If need be, just cut this off. There. That way it won't drop down. Perfect. You can throw this guy in here. You should just be able to get that spray foam. We're not using the window spray foam, we're using the construction spray foam. And so this is going to be fun to install this with just me. So just so we know that that's where the 2x6s are. And then that's where the 3. So we can staple it adequately. Alright, hopefully everything goes. I hate using the word hopefully though. Mind you. We are wishing everything goes great here. So I'm going to set you guys up back here. That way you guys have a good view of what's going on. Okay, we're done with these bolt things. These things are so beat up that you can't even screw the bolt onto it at all. Let's get rid of that. Let's leave that there. Put this stuff over here. Making sure the sheet's not up against it so that when I do go to put the spray foam down, I'm not struggling with it later. Alright, I'm going to lay some glue down, then we'll move the sheet into place. Now hopefully this actually is going to dispense. Man, why are you doing this to me? Oh, glue gun. Just did this last time. Alright, I gotta turn up the heat. Look, here's what I do. See this vent right here? I just put it in there. And turn on the heat. Give it a minute. Or you know what? Instead of waiting for glue to heat up, let me get the live going again when all that's ready to go. Or I could relocate the vent while I wait. I'm not sure. Oh, I think the furnace is kicking in. I can hear it. Because basically what we're going to do, we're going to lay down the glue for this, put that in place, and then we can start putting insulation in the floor underneath these sheets. And then once that's done, we can shoot these sheets down. And then we're basically gonna try to get this sheet in today. Maybe even put that new strip down. I'm not sure yet how I want to do that, but I do want to put a new strip, and I will have to cut that other one back a little bit because there's that little strip that goes across. It's basically like a joint for the seams, but it's also going to reinforce the joists a little bit because they've cut out that notch in the past. Oh, there we go. We got the heat coming to heat up that glue, and hopefully that'll make it work. So in the past they've notched these because I guess they didn't have tongue and groove in the 70s. They just had flat particle board, and they laid it on the ground and built the walls on top, and that's why we ended up with those studs just floating in the air. But notice how every stud lands on a joist. That's called load points, load bearing, load distribution. So when you do that, you're carrying the load of the house through the wall structure all the way down to the floor, and then from the floor it spans out and it evens itself out on everything. So that's the point of that. But let's have a look at these gorgeous baffles we have made. Because now those are all put in nicely. Cats can't climb in and out anymore. Right? Look at that. Got them notched around the joists. Because we made these a little bit longer to carry more weight to make everything nice and strong. We can insulate these too. So just waiting for that glue to heat up, and then we can shoot down these sheets over here. I guess another thing we could do while we wait is I can insulate some of the cavities around here. There's an opening right there. Oh, that was hot. Alright. Let's just do oh, there's lots in here. Why? Well, that's pain in the ass. maybe it needs to be warm too. Let's see how this guy is doing. Yeah, that should be. Let's throw that in there. And this one. Because there's a gap over here that we need to insulate because a lot of that got torn out. It got torn out when somebody fell through the floor there. So we're fixing everything that needs to be fixed. That's also, since we just used this one, just clean the tip. Hopefully that's nice and warm. Feels nice and warm. Let's see if it applies onto the joist properly. Oh my god. So slow. This pace is going to take forever. You bastard. Let's try screwing it all the way in. Good. Let me see if this is leaving it in. The vent will work a little bit better. Let's see how this one does. Now that it's heated up. Oh wow. Look at that. Definitely needed heat. That's for sure. I want that same performance out of that can of glue. Let's see if that extra heat helped. It's like slower. Like the handle's hot. It's like watching paint dry. Crazy. I think this is even the problem here. This is insane. Why? must you be such a pain in the ass? The other glue's gonna dry by the time this comes out. It's not supposed to be this much of a headache. It's not empty. Oh my God. I wonder if the gun just needs to be cleaned out. It shouldn't be this much of a pain in the ass. I have another can. I'm almost tempted to just take this one off. You paid by the hour to play glue? No. This is crazy. If I had other glue, I would use it at this point, but I don't. Man, it might just be simpler. Like, it feels like it's a quarter full. It might just be simpler to try to clean the gun. Okay, I think I'm gonna undo this. I have another can back here. I think I'm gonna undo the gun, clean the gun. Let's just go to this area. Nobody wants to see somebody. I'll throw that in there. And I'm going to clean this gun. What else do you do in a situation like this, right? Why is it leaking? Okay, we know that's flowing through. Trying not to use all the. Let's just, like, there's lots in there. I don't want to waste it. Come on. There's almost nothing coming out. For fuck's sakes. What a piece of shit. Let's do it again. I only got so much. So I'm just gonna try the fresh can. Maybe that's what we need. The heated up fresh can. Let's try that. Come on, baby. Make sure. Oh my God, look at this. This is insane. Don't let me fucking put the sheet down, no. Like, the fuck? This job has just been such a fucking headache, I swear. It's not one thing, it's another. Like, what the fuck? Trying not to waste any of it. This is such bullshit. I'm running out of. Spray foam cleaner. best way. Just soak the rag, and you can clean your fingers. Like, there's no reason why that shouldn't seal. Is there a missing rubber or something? The only way I can figure this out is if I take off. Let's try the other gun. Maybe we'll be lucky with the other gun. I don't know. This is insane. It's the same thing. Oh, it started to do it though. Something was wrong. I think something's wrong with that gun. Oh my god. Something has to be wrong, but it's still got the original. This is just actual spray foam. It's not. That's the glue. Where is it? Wow, this glue is still coming out super slow. Oh, I want to throw this thing in like a few seconds here. I want to smash it, have it explode all over the room. Because even though I've changed guns, now I'm still having a problem. Let's heat it up a little more, I guess. Freaking spray foam all over my hands. Ladies and gentlemen, the headaches. Get that warm. Yeah, it was crazy. It was coming out of the gun. Like, it wasn't going through for whatever reason. It's the exact same thing. No seal, no nothing. Huh. I don't know what it's doing now. But just gonna heat this one up. Heat up, baby, heat up. Gotta lay the sheet at some point today. Grab some water here. Give me 2 seconds, I'll be right back. Okay, let's try this. Maybe we can lay down some glue. Get this shit in place finally. It's not the same stuff. It's now working better. At least we're getting some glue down finally. How long does it take to glue a sheet down? Almost. We're just gonna move the sheet back enough. That's how it should work every time. Coming out. Alright, now you can throw the sheet down finally. Oh my god. I used way too much glue, but I'd rather have more than none. The key is to have this lifted in a way where it only hits the glue when we want it to hit the glue. So I'm gonna slide it over so that ends right in that corner. Then we can go like this. Until it falls in to where we need it perfectly. It works out perfectly ish. I'm going to staple this in. So that looks pretty good. And then I'm going to just kind of lift this other sheet back so that that guy could end up right where it needs to be. See, I snapped the line earlier, so I knew where it would be. Compressor has to catch up. I'm going to grab a couple more staples. There, we've got the sheet down after that glued debacle. That was crazy. Alright, now that that's stapled down, I'm going to follow it up with some ring shank nails with the flex framing nailer. Wherever that is. Like I said, we're going to use some ring shank nails. That's what these guys are. They're barbed. So that's literally gonna... I staple it just to hold it. And then I'll throw some of these down. Just to turn it on. It's always a good idea. So solid now. Alright, we never have to lift those sheets again. They're down forever now. Whew! Dennis Shills says hi. Hi, Dennis. Hi, hi, hi. Alright. So that's all nailed down. What I usually do, first I usually have a pouch, but since I've taken it on and off because I'm doing so many different things, I'll just check running my hammer. If there's anything sticking up, you'll hear it click. Or if I see something visible. Everything's nice there. That floor is nice and solid. And we're good to go. I've been doing this for 2 hours. The dog heard me take off my knee pads. He thinks it's time to go. Gorgeous thing, why are you so friggin' beautiful? Can you maybe go back to your bed? Yeah, go. Turn this heater off. It's so hot in here now. I was just using it to heat up glue. Isn't that insane? I want to keep that glue tip clean. Man, that was a headache that I had to deal with that glue. Alright, maybe we can get another little bit down. Get this one down. The water lines ran through. That'll be good. Man, it's so solid now. It's nice and solid. This is going to be a fun sheet too. But we still gotta throw insulation in here. All right. So for now, we struggled to glue this shit down. Oh my God, the headaches. But switching guns helped, because that glue is coming out way better the other gun than the one we had. We're gonna have to get another can of spray foam cleaner. We're gonna need right now we gotta open up this floor because this is the next sheet scheduled to go down weeks ago, but then we had that mishap with the water. So for now, I'm gonna go crawl under the trailer for a little bit. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to touch you with the sheet of plywood chunks. So we had a mishap with this orange panel because one of those lines were opened even though there was no water in it. When I did the water shut off, I'm 100% sure I checked and made sure that I closed the taps off after I had put them in place. But somebody had opened the tap, so whenever someone would... So like on the hot water, they left the tap open, even though I'm pretty sure I closed it. Once I charged the line again, somebody left it open. So whenever they would turn on the cold water, the pressure was really weak, and it was coming down the other pipe that wasn't hooked up, which was that red pipe there, the hot water. And it saturated this area so much that all the weight of the insulation had dropped the panel in the floor. So I had to crawl under the trailer to set it up so that it wouldn't... so that I could push it up, because we polyed this side and there was no point in doing it backwards. So we're going to throw insulation here and there. And so I'm going to make another video, since this one's been going for 2 hours and 21 minutes. I'm going to crawl under this trailer and make sure all the... because I ran pieces of wood. So there's a metal beam on that seam right there. Look. See that seam right there? There's a metal beam there. And another one right there. So what it did was, underneath I ran a piece of wood across to hold it up, because it was still soaking wet after weeks of it being on the ground. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching, thank you for liking, thank you for subscribing and sharing, and most of all, stay authentic. Come and stay tuned to the next video, which is going to happen. I'm just going to get ready, maybe stop, eat something, and come back, and then we're going to throw the rest of that board underneath to make sure it's secure. We're going to throw that board underneath, and then we can throw this sheet down. These sheets down. Even this sheet. Till next time. I'll probably title the next video finishing up the insulation under the floor. Thanks for watching. Bye.